Hello, everyone. Greetings to all viewers and attendees of the TechPic event, Display and Lighting event. Today, I'm delighted to introduce Norman Bardsley from Bardsley Consulting, who will tell us a bit about the current OLEDs and lighting status and the trends. Norman, I'm going to screen share for you in a moment, and you can start your presentation.
Thank you, Christoph. And as my Australian relatives and colleagues say, good day to you all. It's only 6 o'clock in the morning here, but I realize it's very different times everywhere else. I'm very glad to have this opportunity to talk to you at a very high level about the status and the trends in OLED lighting. So my first slide just is the next slide, please, is an overview of the talk. I'll first talk about what the opportunities are and what the big challenges are. I'll then give you a short summary of the important differences between OLEDs and inorganic LEDs. And finally, we'll talk about manufacturing methods for OLED lighting. Next slide, please, Christoph. First of all, what is an OLED light? Well, it's a source of diffuse solid state lighting devices, or the figure here is not to scale. It's much thinner than this suggests. The total thickness can be less than or could be around 0.5 millimeter, and the size can go up to as far as one might need eventually. The heart of the device is a series of layers of organic materials that are intended to take electrons and holes that are emitted from the electrodes and turn the energy into light. And one uses a lot of these, up to 40 organic layers in current devices. And the way these are incorporated into luminaires or lighting fixtures is shown on the right. The top figure is a pendant from Acuity Lighting, one of the very first OLED products. The second is a rear light from Audi. And Audi is one of a few companies that have introduced OLED lighting into the automobile market. There's a great amount also in China for this kind of rear light. And then the lowest figure, again, is one of the early products, this time from Philips, showing how you could use a conformable OLED panel in a simple desk light. Next slide, please. Now, OLEDs are best known because of their role in the display market. And this slide is one that is from Display Supply Chain Consultants. You've just heard or had chance to see a presentation by them. And this shows that the display market is growing rapidly. It was about $15 billion in 2016, and it's going to grow to over $50 billion in the next few years. On the right-hand side shows the breakdown between different kinds of display. In terms of number, most of the OLED displays are in the cell phones, and these are either flexible or conformable, built on plastic substrates. And in fact, right now, there are more revenue is coming from the flexible substrate versions than from the rigid ones. In TVs, it's all currently now on a rigid glass substrate. But LG has shown a rollable TV, which is very exciting, but is very difficult to produce and is very expensive. Next slide, please. On the other hand, for lighting, although solid state devices now dominate in the market, these are almost all inorganic LEDs. The picture on the left-hand side shows you the rapid rate in which LEDs have increased their percentage penetration. It's now over 50% and will be approaching 90% very soon. On the right-hand side, this shows you the